What's going on, guys? It is the Week 11 recap, and oh, what a week it was. Um, Another week of teams needing to win, and most of the teams came out big, man. Leading up to the final two games, Sunday night's game and Monday night game, it was looking pretty bleak. It just was looking real blah, to be honest. Um, And then Sunday night happened, and then Monday night happened, and oh man, teams just got fired up and they went off. So let's dive into the recap. I got my butt kicked by John Wilson. Um, it's never fun losing to John Wilson. It just isn't. But what can I do? Nothing, literally nothing. There was nothing that I could have done. Of the players on my bench, only one of them scored more than 1 point. So, like, I literally could not have done a single thing to improve my chances. Just a huge, just big, lots of duds, lots and lots of duds. I thought I had a chance when Matt Ryan only scored 9 points, but then Taysom Hill in the frickin' tight end slot scores 28 points. It's ridiculous. So, good win, John. Puts you up to 6-5, so you're now fourth in your division. I am at 5-6 in third in my division, sadly. Next up, this league is a breeze. Beats up on Thunder Blender. Thunder Blender needed some points out of Rob Gronkowski and could not get them. If Rob Gronkowski had scored his projected points, Thunder Blender would have won, but he didn't. So that puts this league as a breeze at 6-5 in third in his division. Right there, sitting right there nicely and ready to take a playoff spot. Um, Really, Thunder Blender just has himself to blame because he had tons of points left on his bench that would have won, would have gotten him the win. But that's what happens. Jakeem Grant did great for you last week. Nothing this week. Sorry, bud. Next up, Horn Dogs with a big win over Mad Dogs, and Horn Dogs needed this. They needed this bad. Puts him back to first in the division. Um, Great turnout from his team. Mad Dogs had some points left on the bench, but nothing that really would have given him the victory. Mad Dogs sits 6-5, fifth in his division. Check Casher with the highest scoring total of the week, almost 150. Big week for Check Casher. Puts him in second place in his division. At 7-4, moves Tons of Anarchy down to 7-4, but Tons of Anarchy stays in first because no one in our division can win a game. Um, Tons of Anarchy really couldn't have done much at all about this. 81 points was the lowest score of the week by only 3 points. All right, like let's be honest, you only outscored me by 3 points. I had the second lowest score of the week. Um, but check Casher, that was a big win for you, Chris. Good job there. Next up was the game that I was most excited to see. Don't panic against better than the Jets. Barrett Smith wins this one by a very narrow margin, 114 to 105. Both teams had some points on the bench, man. Just not all that great coaching by either one of them. But you know what? Barrett wins it. They're both at 5-6, and here's the difference between the two divisions. Barrett's at 5-6. He's in second. Willie's at 5-6. He's in sixth. So goes to show you the difference between the two divisions there. Last game was Habanos against Walking Dead. I thought Walking Dead had this, man. I really did. Um, they had Cup, they had the Rams defense going on Monday. On Sunday night before the KC game started, Habanos just looked awful. But that was also because like only three of his players had played. Um, Actually, no, scratch that. Yeah, three. Antonio Gibson, Robert Tanyan, and Justin Jefferson. So he had one, two, three, four, five, six. Six players between the Sunday night and the Monday night game. Um, so he was looking pretty rough. And then both Sunday night and Monday night were just shootouts. And when the shootout, Your team usually scores some good points, and so Habanos beats Walking Dead 130 to 90. Sadly, Walking Dead did have some points on the bench, but not enough to make up that difference there, 40-point difference. All right, so after this week, looking at the standings, we've got weeks 12 and 13 left before playoffs. So you have 2 more weeks to try to make playoffs. I think before I was saying that playoffs start at week 13, but that's not true. It starts on week 14. Week 13 is the last week of the regular season. So looking at the standings, top teams in the league, in both leagues, are sitting at 7-4. Tons of anarchy, 2-game lead for first place. Better than the Jets and myself are sitting second and third, but we're only 1 game back from the bottom of the division. So it's still anyone's game in our division. Moving over to the armchair quarterbacks, Horn Dogs and Check Casher are both sitting at 7-4. Horn Dogs is going to take the tiebreaker because they have the better divisional record at 3-2, 3-2. Second place goes to Points 4. I think it's Points 4 or it's head to head. I can't remember, but I'll double check that. Either way, Horn Dogs is sitting at the top. Now you've got 3 games that are only 1 game back from first place, or 3 teams that are 1 game back from first place. Breeze, Steve Largent, and Mad Dogs. Then you have Don't Panic, who's only 2 games back. So it's still anyone's game. 2 games left. Everyone needs to win. Everyone needs to win out the next 2 weeks. So if you noticed, I made a big trade before the trade deadline, hoping that that's going to give me a push. Yes, Michael Thomas did well with Taysom Hill. I don't have any faith in Taysom Hill in the long run, and so that's why I made that move. Horn Dogs, on the other hand, said Hunt is the number 2 running back. So why would I go with the number 2 running back when I can go with the number 1 wide receiver? So it worked out well. We both value different things in each other's players, and so it worked out well. I was, about to get totally trade raped on something for Michael Thomas, and said, you know what? I wonder what the market is. The market was good. I'm happy with what I got. So trade deadline is tomorrow, the 25th. So if you have any trades you want to put in, put them in now. Tomorrow is the trade deadline. Send your trades in, get them approved, get guys on the phone, get guys on email. Like all the information is here in like the league members. So you can get a hold of guys, try to get some trades done, see if you can improve your team before playoffs start. Give your team a fighting chance for the next 2 weeks, right? Like you gotta get some wins. Half my team is still freaking hurt. I have no idea when these guys are gonna return. I mean, I made this awesome deal for McCaffrey, and honestly, this week was the first week that my trades cost me a victory, right? And that was only because of the trade I made with Eric. All of my other weeks, those trades never cost me a victory. Like not having Chris Carson never cost me a victory. But this was the first week where not having Ezekiel Elliott and Devontae Parker, who both, combined for like over 30 points, cost me a victory, which was sad. But that just means I've been making some decent moves. So get out there, make some trades. Tomorrow's the trade deadline. Get on the phone, watch your emails, try to get some stuff going on this week. Looking at the pool that we were putting out there, should we allow waivers throughout the playoffs? We've got 6 votes for yes, so I'm going to say yes. We're going to allow waivers throughout the playoffs. Which means that if you need fab money going into the playoffs, let me know, submit it through PayPal, notify me, and we'll get that added to you. Looking at next week. So everyone needs a win, right? Everyone needs a win. So let's see what we've got. So I'm going up against Habanos. I got to be honest, after Habanos scored 130 points this last week, I'm not very confident. What does give me confidence is the fact that KC is playing Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is typically a really good defense, so hopefully that goes well. He's got the Bucks defense going against Kansas City, which is just not a good idea, but hopefully he keeps with that. What does scare me is that Vegas is playing Atlanta, which means that Carr and Aguilar could be going off. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen here, right? And like I said, my whole team is still hurt, so I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Um, Mad Dogs is going up against Thunder Blender. Both teams need a win. This is again across. So me going against Habanos, that is in the division. I definitely need to get a win to get another game up over Habanos. If he wins, he moves into third place basically. Horn Dogs going up against Thunder Blender. That is cross divisional play, and both teams need a win. So we'll see what happens there. Um, yep. Nothing really crazy to talk about with their lineups. Then we've got Chet Casher and Horn Dog, the top two teams in that division. This is crazy how this worked out. I'm really excited to see this game. This could be a potential divisional championship game, which is exciting to watch. Neither team is really hit with injuries. So, except for Chet Casher doesn't have Stafford, but it's like Stafford versus Newton. It's kind of a toss up there week to week. Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting game there. Don't Panic going up against Tons of Anarchy. That's a big game because Don't Panic is sitting at the bottom of his division. He really needs a win. Tons of Anarchy being 2 games up can afford to lose and stay in first place. So he's sitting in a good spot, which is good because you know, 5 of his players have injury designations at this point. Um, don't Panic lost one of their 3 quarterbacks. Um, so I assume you'll be getting rid of Joe Burrow during waivers tonight. And then next up, we've got The Walking Dead and Better Than the Jets. So this is another divisional matchup. The Walking Dead, if they have any hopes to make playoffs, have to get a win here. Um, Meanwhile, Barrett can get a little bit closer to first place with a win. So we'll see how that looks. No idea if Joe Mixon is coming back. It doesn't look good. They put him on IR. I don't think he's going to be back anytime soon because they just put him on IR last week. So yeah, 3, 4 weeks maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Dobbins is out because of a positive COVID test. We'll see how that spreads throughout the team today and tomorrow. Yeah, so that's about all there is to talk about there. Last game of the week. This league is a breeze against the Ghost of Steve Largent. Now, this is another one that is huge, and this is the number 3 and 4 team in that division, tied records. This is really the matchup for second or third place, right? So whoever wins could move into second place. Let me see if that's correct here. This league is a breeze. Yeah, so if this league is a breeze wins, he moves up into second place. He'll have a better divisional record than whoever loses between Horn Dogs and Chet Casher. Um, Steve Largent, on the other hand, if he wins, will move into third place because he'll have a tied divisional record with whoever loses in the Horn Dog Chet Casher. So some really big games in the Armchair Quarterbacks division. I mean, huge implications there. So guys, get those waiver picks in, man. Get those trades made tonight, and good luck. Good luck the next 2 weeks, man. It's gonna be. I think this is the tightest I've ever seen VFL. Um, so good luck, guys.